Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Hidayatul Hanani binti Arifin. I am from AS229 to A. So today I will present my oral presentation for subject EVT474. My topic for oral presentation is ozone depletion. So first, we must know what is the objective of this topic. The objective of this topic is we need to understand what is ozone, and then we need to know what the causes of ozone depletion. Also, what is the effect of ozone depletion and how to prevent this ozone depletion from happen in our Earth. Let us move to the introduction of this topic. So first, we need to know what is ozone. So ozone is a gas at a lower level of atmosphere. It is kind of supercharged oxygen. It makes in a layer in atmosphere which is act as a cover of Earth against the ultraviolet radiation of the sun. Ozone is a pale blue gas with pungent smell, and ozone also layer itself absorb the most of the ultraviolet radiation reaching the Earth. So simplify, ozone is a layer that protect our Earth from UV radiation. Many people must wonder how ozone is created. It's created when the sun rays split oxygen molecules in a single atom. So now let us know what is ozone depletion. Ozone depletion is designed as a gradual thinning layer of ozone and causes by the release of chemical compound. This is compound contain gases chlorine and bromine that come from industrial and human behavior itself or human activities. During this type of depletion, a major environmental problem. It is because it is increased the amount of UV radiation that reach the Earth's surface. So that means our ozone layer or our protector from UV radiation can become thin and cannot longer protect and trap the UV radiation to the Earth. So when it happens, many have problems will haunt humans, such as skin cancer, eye cataracts, and other. It causes problem to animals too, and also other living things, such as marine life, plants, and animals. Also, ozone layer contain three main layers, which is stratosphere, atmosphere, and troposphere. Now, let us move to the causes of ozone depletion. So here I listed 8 causes of ozone depletion, which is carbon tetrachloride, sunspot, stratospheric wind, volcanic eruption, CFS, metal chloroform, global warming, and also human behavior. The first causes of ozone depletion is carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride is one of the chemicals that can destroy ozone layer. This is because carbon tetrachloride contains chlorine, which is this chlorine can harm the ozone layer. This happens when chlorine reacts with the ozone stratosphere. It destroys the ozone molecule, and one chlorine atom can destroy about 100,000 of ozone molecules. So it will be dangerous, and it will be the main causes of ozone depletion, which is chlorine. Then it will be removed from stratosphere. Carbon tetrachloride is a manufactured chemicals that classified as a volatile organic compound. So it is used in refrigerator as well as for the solvent, soap, and also pesticides. Carbon tetrachloride is also used to manufacture propellants and other industrial chemicals. It's known as toxin in the ozone layer anyway. Next, the causes of ozone depletion is sunspot. Sunspots are the area that appear on the sun, which is darker from other area. This is because the area is more cooler than the other area in sun's surface. So sunspots can have a very serious negative effect on ozone depletion. It is because Sunspot usually comes along with increase of UV radiation, or UV radiation amount will become higher and bigger. UV radiation can change the concentration of the atmosphere of the ozone, since ozone is our natural skin sunscreen, so it will absorb the sun's harmful, which is the chemical from ultraviolet, and will protecting them from living things below, will protecting them from us. But if there are too much ultraviolet radiation present, ozone layer will not able to protect all. So in fact, it will destroy the UVB radiation from the sunspot. Next is stratospheric wind. Since stratospheric wind is a natural that occur from our environment, it also can contribute to the ozone layer depletion. When the stream of the particles from the sun combine with extreme weather condition, can cause the unpredicted thinning of the upper layer of the ozone layer. So this wind will contribute to increasing the nitrogen oxide at the atmosphere, which can enhance the ability of destroying the layer. Next causes is volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption, also known as indirect role as a ozone layer depletion or destruction. This is because during volcanic eruption happen, the explosive of volcanic eruption will release lots of chemical. But one of the main chemical that released to the environment is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide will be ejected to the stratosphere and will facilitate the chemicals conversion of chlorine into more reactive form, which can destroy the ozone layer. Thus, the particles themselves will emitted from eruption does not directly destroy ozone, but in fact they need to react with the chemical in the ozone and will destroy the ozone. The next causes is CFS. CFS, also known as chlorofluorocarbon, which has been widely used in the refrigerator. However, CFS has been rejected since a long time ago, since CFS contain a very bad chemical that can harm the ozone layer and contribute to the global warming as well. For the detail about how CFS combined with ozone molecule can cause ozone depletion, it is CFS contain chlorine, fluorine, and carbon, which is a very bad chemical and can destroy the ozone depletion. CFF do not easily react with other substance but only break down the presence of sunlight. Once it breaks down, chlorine will react with the oxygen and form chlorine monoxide and oxygen. When chlorine monoxide meet oxygen, it will break down to the chlorine and destroy the ozone layer. This process called catalytic cycle of chlorine. For the global warming also contribute the ozone layer depletion. This is because the effect of global warming can greenhouse effect. The most heated is trapped at the troposphere. Troposphere is known as a layer below the stratosphere. The last causes for this ozone depletion is human behavior itself. So we as a human can contribute the causes of ozone depletion at atmosphere through our daily life behavior. For example, we use car which is emit the greenhouse gases and also can destroy the ozone layer. Next is buying food from that contain chlorine and we did not dispose it very well. Let's move to the effect of the ozone layer depletion. First, it will increase the level of UV radiation in our Earth. So one of the effects of ozone depletion is increase the UV radiation. This will contribute many bad effects on human as well as other life form. For human, studies demonstrate that an increase of UVB radiation can cause a higher skin risk for the skin cancer. UV also can cause the cataracts in our eyes and also can become the immune disorder deficiency. This happens because there are no more ozone layer to protect us from the UV radiation, so it can pass through the atmosphere straight to the Earth's surface. And then carcinoma and melanoma. Carcinoma and melanoma is a cancer. It's a name of cancer that commonly occur in skin. Carcinoma start in the skin or tissue that covers the surface. of the internal organ or glands. Carcinoma usually form solid tumor under skin and a very common tumor among humans. Example of carcinoma is prostate cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, and colorectal cancer. When ozone layer becomes thin, it allows UV pass through the atmosphere and contact directly to our skin. Laboratory epidemiology studies say that UVB can cause non-melanoma skin cancer and plays major role in malignant melanoma development. Another skin cancer caused by direction the thinning of ozone layer is melanoma. Next is human health. Ozone depletion is affecting human health and environment negatively, as it allows the penetration of the UV radiation through the earth. This radiation can cause severe disease in humans such as skin cancer, eye damage, and genetic mutation. Firstly, the effect of thinning ozone layer on the major cause blindness in this world is cataract. Next, effect on skin exposure to the UV radiation can cause the cancer skin, which is melanoma and non-melanoma. Both of the cancer is dangerous, but melanoma is the most serious cancer that often fatal, while melanoma is non-fatal. Depletion of ozone layer also can cause the sunburn in our skin, so we need to wear the sunscreen or other product that can protect us from the UV radiation. UV radiation also can cause breast cancer. Other than that, it also affected human immunity, such as more depletion or more ozone layer will lower the human immunity. DNA damage and lung disease also affected by this phenomena, as well as can disturb our biomolecule such as lipid, nucleic acid, and protein. Mutation also can occur from the UVB radiation. Change in biochemical cycle. As we know, depleting ozone layer will increase the UVB radiation, so this will affect the biochemical cycle. So this change in biochemical substance can change the sources and sink the greenhouse gases directly, which also contribute to global warming issue. Effect on marine life. Not for the human, but marine life also affected by this thinning of ozone layer. So exposure to UV can harm the growth of plankton. Plankton are consumed by many animals or many sea animals in the sea. So if plankton decrease, it will affect the whole chain food in the sea. Lastly, animals and plants. Similar to human, animals also can suffer from the disease due to the exposure of the UV radiation. The effect will be more worse since animals can't protect themselves. As for human, we can wear or use sunscreen to protect our skin from UV radiation, but as animal, they don't use any of this product. Ozone layer may be bad effect on plant as well. Many plants already had specific environmental conditions since they already developed their characteristic millions years ago. Thus, they might have sensitivity when the changes of the environmental happen. Let us move to the how to prevent, the prevention. So, in this prevention, we separate the category into three, which is government, community, and individual. So as for the government must take action in order to decrease the consumer of chlorine, fluorine, and bromine that may affect the ozone layer and become depletion. As for the community also need to behave and decrease the consuming of harmful gases, not only for the government. And then for the individual, as a person, we must take the responsibility to prevent the ozone depletion. So we must keep our refrigerator, our air conditioner, and other appliances carefully. That's all. Conclusion. As for the conclusion, after doing some reading and research, I found few points that can be concluded from this topic. Firstly, as for individual, we must responsible for our consuming gas, harmful gases especially. We must keep our air conditioner, our refrigerator carefully. Secondly, as for the government, they must constantly think and come with the idea of how to decrease the use of chemical that can affect the ozone layer. As we know, the depletion of ozone layer may become very harmful effect for us, not only for us but the living on earth. So let us prevent the thinning of ozone layer and be responsible as an individual. That's all. Thank you.